Hello, and welcome to iChan News. This video allows you to listen to 10 real-world news stories and online reactions in English. Today, we will cover the following topics: Yoshinobu Yamamoto's historic season and third-place finish in Cy Young vote, U.S. ends production of the penny after 230 years, OpenAI announces GPT-5.1, a major upgrade to the GPT-5 series. 10-class solar flare triggers G4 magnetic storm, expanding auroras to mid-latitudes. Japan begins phased increase of gasoline subsidies. Hunters in Shakotan, Hokkaido, resume work after month-and-a-half standoff. Record 43-day U.S. government shutdown comes to an end. China demands retraction from Japan's PM Takaichi over Taiwan remarks. Japan authorizes police to use rifles amid record-breaking bear attacks. Tobu Railway launches face pass gates for Pasmo commuters. First, I will present 10 real news stories in English. I will then introduce excerpts from message boards and social media in Japan and abroad that show online reactions to the news. At the end of the video, I will explain key phrases used in the news with example sentences. Now, let's get started. Our first topic is Yoshinobu Yamamoto's historic season and third-place finish in Cy Young vote. In the 2025 National League Cy Young Award voting, Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto finished in third place, marking a historic season. The voting, conducted among 30 journalists, saw Yamamoto received 16 third-place votes, 11 fourth-place votes, and 2 fifth-place votes, for a total of 72 points, though he received no first or second-place votes. The winner of the award was Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who was a unanimous selection, capturing all 30 first-place votes. Christopher Sanchez of the Philadelphia Phillies finished second, receiving all 30 second-place votes. Skeens had a remarkable season, posting a 10-10 record, but leading the National League with a 1.97 ERA, 216 strikeouts, and a 6.5 F4. He became the first Pirates pitcher to win the award in 35 years, since Doug Drabick in 1990, and the first from a last-place team since Felix Hernandez in 2010. In his second MLB season, Yamamoto made 30 starts, compiling a 12-8 record with a 2.49 ERA and 201 strikeouts. He was the first Dodger starting pitcher to achieve double-digit wins since Clayton Kershaw in 2023. Furthermore, Yamamoto excelled in the postseason, pitching 17 2/3 innings in the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays and earning the World Series MVP award. Yamamoto is now the fourth Japanese pitcher to finish in the top 3 in Cy Young voting, following Yu Darvish, Kenta Maeda, and Hisashi Iwakuma. This is the highest finish for a Japanese pitcher since 2020, when Darvish and Maeda both finished second in the NL and AL respectively. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Third place is still godly for a second-year player. Besides, he won the World Series MVP, so who cares? He's definitely earning that massive contract. Lol.
Not a single first or second place vote. I guess the reporters saw right through him. He's not bad, but Skeens was on a whole other level.
Yamamoto-kyon, you did your best, but Skens is a cheat code, so it's an impossible game.
So he couldn't surpass Darvish and Maeda, who both got second place, huh? Still, just being at that level is amazing. No doubt he's the ace.
Skeens at number 1 and Sanchez at number 2 were locks. Yamamoto at number 3 is a fair result. He had a solid season and was lights out in the postseason. Can't complain, he's a beast.
The next topic is U.S. ends production of the penny after 230 years. The U.S. Treasury and the United States Mint officially ended the production of the 1-cent coin, widely known as the penny, on November 12, 2025. This historic decision brings to a close a nearly 232-year history of the coin, which was first introduced in 1793. The final penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marking the end of an era for America's lowest denomination currency. The primary reason for this change is economic. According to an Associated Press report, the cost to produce a single penny had risen to approximately 4 cents by 2025 due to the increasing prices of raw materials like copper and zinc, as well as labor costs. This meant that the government was losing a significant amount of money on every penny it created. In a social media post in February 2025, President Trump had instructed the Treasury Secretary to halt production, stating that eliminating the penny would save taxpayers an estimated $56 million annually. While production has stopped, the billions of pennies already in circulation will remain legal tender. However, many of them are simply stored in jars and drawers in households across the country, having lost almost all of their original purchasing power. The final batch of pennies produced on November 12th in Philadelphia will not be released into general circulation. Instead, some will be sold at auctions as commemorative items for collectors. This decision reflects the coin's shift from a practical piece of currency to a historical artifact. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
All right, Penny. My take a penny, leave a penny tray is now a historical relic.
It cost 4 cents to make a 1-cent coin? Talk about a money pit. Good riddance. That's a W for taxpayers.
They're gonna sell the last ones at auction? Some whale is gonna get rich. To the moon!
So America is also going cashless. No surprise. Japan should get rid of the 1 yen coin too. A smart move. No cap.
F in the chat for Honest Abe. Now, how am I supposed to give my 2 cents? This is the end of an era, folks.
The next topic is OpenAI announces GPT-5.1, a major upgrade to the GPT-5 series. On November 12th, 2025, US time, OpenAI announced a significant upgrade to its GPT-5 series with the release of GPT-5.1. The company has begun offering 2 new models for ChatGPT, GPT 5.1 Instant and GPT 5.1 Thinking. According to the official announcement, GPT 5.1 Instant is the new main model and will be offered at a price point similar to the previous GPT 5 Instant. It features enhanced conversational warmth and an improved ability to follow user instructions. Furthermore, it has demonstrated higher scores on mathematics and coding benchmarks, including AMI 2025 and Codeforces. The second model, GPT 5.1 Thinking, is positioned as an advanced reasoning model. It introduces a feature called adaptive reasoning, which automatically adjusts the time it spends thinking based on the difficulty of a query. For the simplest tasks in a typical ChatGPT workload, it operates approximately twice as fast as the original GPT Thinking. Conversely, for the most complex tasks, it spends about twice as long reasoning to ensure a more thorough response. OpenAI is also addressing user feedback that GPT-5 could feel cold or impersonal. To allow users to customize the model style, 8 new tone presets have been added to the user interface: default, professional, friendly, candid, quirky, efficient, nerdy, and cynical. The rollout of these new models will be gradual, starting with paid ChatGPT plans, Pro, plus Go, Business, Enterprise, and Edu, and expanding to free users within a few days. OpenAI has stated that over a transition period of several months, the GPT-5.1 models will replace the older versions to become the new default for the GPT-5 series. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
The cynical preset is hilarious. I asked it to roast my code and it didn't hold back. 10 out of 10 would get roasted again. OpenAI finally gets it.
My wallet watching GPT 5.1 take twice as long on complex tasks. I'm in danger. But hey, at least the simple stuff is faster, I guess.
They gave the AI warmth and a friendly mode? My man, GPT is about to become the ultimate emotional support buddy. Can't wait for it to tell me everything is gonna be Daijobu.
Code Forces scores up. RIP my job. This thing is going to be writing cleaner code than me while being quirky. It's over for us code monkeys.
The pace of AI development is just insane. Feels like just yesterday GPT-5 was the new hotness. Now 5.1 is already here with adaptive reasoning. What are they cooking up in that lab?
The next topic is X-class solar flare triggers G4 magnetic storm, expanding auroras to mid-latitudes. From November 10th to 11th, 2025, Solar Active Region AR4274 unleashed a series of powerful X-class flares. One of these events, an X5.2 flare at 10:04 Coordinated Universal Time on the 11th, was part of a sequence that launched multiple coronal mass ejections, CMEs, toward Earth. After the CMEs arrived, Earth's magnetic field experienced a G4 severe geomagnetic storm starting in the early hours of November 12th, UTC, with the KP index reaching 8. This intense activity caused the auroral oval to expand significantly, bringing aurora displays to mid-latitude regions. In the United States, on the night of November 11 to 12, red and green auroras were observed in states as far south as Florida, Texas, and California, with many photo reports coming from places like Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Owens Valley, California. In Japan, a red aurora was observed in Hokkaido on the night of November 12 to 13. The Ginga no More Astronomical Observatory in Rikubetsu held a live broadcast, and visual sightings were reported from several locations. According to NOAA, 29 flares were recorded over 3 days: 1 X-class, 3 M-class, and 25 C-class. Analysts concluded that the prolonged southward direction of the magnetic field's BZ component, along with solar wind speeds around 430 kilometers per second, sustained the auroral activity. A high KP was also forecast for the night of November 13th, suggesting a strong possibility of more auroras across Europe, North America, and East Asia. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Seriously? An aurora in Hokkaido? Looks like the end of the world.
I never thought I'd see the northern lights from my backyard in Austin. The sky's lit up like an alien invasion. 10 out of 10 would get blasted by solar radiation again.
Everyone's saying the aurora is beautiful, but are we sure about communication failures? I'm worried about the impact on our infrastructure.
Me, a Florida resident, the sky is red and I'm freaking out. This is basically your name now.
The BZ component was pointing south for that long? No wonder we got such a light show. The sun's really popping off this cycle. RIP my GPS for a bit though.
The next topic is Japan begins phased increase of gasoline subsidies. The Japanese government, under the Takaichi administration, announced on November 7, 2025, that 6 ruling and opposition parties have agreed to abolish the provisional tax rates on gasoline and diesel fuel. The tax for gasoline will end on December 31st, 2025, and the tax for diesel will end on April 1st, 2026. This provisional tax system, which added 25 yen and 10 sen per liter for gasoline and 17 yen and 10 sen per liter for diesel, has been in place for decades since its introduction in the 1970s as a source of funding for road maintenance. To combat rising prices, the government will introduce measures to increase national subsidies for gasoline and diesel by 5 yen every 2 weeks, starting from November 13th, 2025. The subsidy per liter will increase from the current 10 yen to 15 yen on November 13th. It will further rise to 20 yen for gasoline and 17 yen and 10 sen for diesel on November 27th. Finally, on December 11th, the subsidy will reach 25 yen and 10 sen for gasoline and 17 yen and 10 sen for diesel. The Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, explained that this plan aims to reduce the financial burden on consumers while the provisional tax is still in effect, and to prevent a last-minute rush to refuel just before the tax is abolished. According to a survey by a JX-affiliated research group, the national average retail price for regular gasoline dropped by approximately 1 yen and 90 sen from the previous week to 172 yen and 50 sen per liter immediately after the subsidy was raised to 15 yen. It is projected that the average price will fall by several more yen before the provisional tax is abolished once the subsidy reaches 25.1 yen on December 11th. METI also stated that it is considering a comprehensive review of the entire fuel tax system for the fiscal year 2026 and beyond. This is due to an annual decrease in gasoline demand of over 2%, caused by population decline and the growing popularity of hybrid vehicles, which affects both tax revenue and the environment. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Oh, it's finally going down. I use my car for my commute every day, so this is a real lifesaver. I hope this will be a little kinder to my wallet.
This is just to gain popularity before an election, right? Abolition the provisional tax is good, but I can only see a future where they just take it all back with some other tax.
Gas price drop is here. Now I can go on a road trip. Takaichi, not bad.
Wait, they had a provisional tax for 50 years? And now they're subsidizing it before removing it? Japanese politics is wild, LOL. Wish we got gas subsidies here.
Don't call it a subsidy when it's the tax money you were stealing from the people in the first place. It feels so late after they froze the trigger clause. They should have just given it back from the start.
The next topic is Hunters in Shakotan, Hokkaido resume work after month-and-a-half standoff. In Shakotan, a town in Hokkaido, the local Hunters Association resumed its duties on November 13, 2025, after a suspension of about 1.5 months. The halt was a protest following a verbal dispute with the town council's vice chairman, Tokikakazu Kaida, 74. The incident occurred on September 27th, when a large male brown bear, weighing 284 kilograms and measuring about 2 meters, was captured in a trap near Mr. Kaida's home. During the culling operation, Mr. Kaida reportedly confronted the 9 hunters and 3 town officials, making remarks such as, "I'll make you quit," and "Don't you know who I am?" In response, the Hunters Association stopped responding to the town's calls for bear control, citing safety concerns. For about 6 weeks, the town of roughly 1,600 people had no professional hunters to manage frequent bear sightings, including some near an elementary school. While Mr. Kaida initially told the media he would not apologize, he visited the head of the local Hunters chapter on November 11th to offer both a written and verbal apology. Following the apology, the town and the association met on November 12th and agreed on a new brown bear capture response manual. The manual establishes clear rules, such as preventing unauthorized people from entering culling sites and defining roles to ensure safety. With this new agreement, the association officially resumed its activities the next day. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Don't you know who I am? The classic line from a small town big shot. But for real, putting the whole town in danger over your own pride is just wow.
Good on the hunters for sticking to their guns. Dealing with a 280 kilograms bear is no joke, and they don't need some rando politician getting in the way. Safety first, period.
This whole drama is wild. It's like something out of a manga. An old man gets pissy, the hunters go on strike, and bears are just vibing near an elementary school. Glad they worked it out with a manual, I guess.
A month and a half? What if there had been a serious incident during that time? An apology is the least he could do. I hope this sets a precedent that you can't just bully people who are doing a dangerous and essential job.
The vice chairman finally apologised. Took him long enough. Bet he only did it because the media blew it up and the whole country was watching. It's not a real apology if you're forced into it.
The next topic is record 43-day U.S. government shutdown comes to an end. The 2025 United States federal government shutdown has officially ended after a record-breaking 43 days. The shutdown, which began on October 1st with the start of the fiscal year, concluded on November 12th, making it the longest in the nation's history. During this period, an estimated 1.4 million federal records were impacted. Approximately 670,000 employees were placed on temporary leave, known as a furlough, while about 730,000 continued to work without pay. The breakthrough came on the evening of November 12th when the House of Representatives passed a temporary spending bill by a vote of 222 to 209 with bipartisan support. The Senate had already approved the measure on November 10th with a 60 to 40 vote. President Trump signed the bill into law that same night, allowing federal agencies to resume normal operations on November 13th. The new law funds some agencies, including the Departments of Agriculture and Veterans Affairs, through September 2026, while others operate on a short-term budget until January 30th, 2026. The legislation guarantees full back pay for all federal employees and secures funding for food assistance programs like SNAP. The Congressional Budget Office, CBO, estimated that the 43-day shutdown caused an irrecoverable economic loss of around $14 billion and reduced the annual GDP growth rate by 1.5 percentage points. The shutdown also disrupted travel, causing about 20,000 flight delays and cancellations. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Paycheck is back on the menu, boys. LFG. But for how long this time? Lol.
A $14 billion own goal. Congrats, politicians. You played yourselves. We're the ones paying the price for this circus.
So they just kicked the can down the road until January? Great. Can't wait for Shutdown Season 2, the winter special. Boat parties are a joke.
Finally, huge respect to all the federal workers who had to tough it out. Imagine going 43 days without a paycheck because the suits in DC can't agree on anything.
My unpaid federal employee diet of ramen and vibes is finally over. Time to go touch grass and maybe afford groceries?
The next topic is China demands retraction from Japan's PM Takaichi over Taiwan remarks. On November 13, 2025, China's foreign ministry strongly condemned remarks made by Japan's new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, regarding Taiwan. The ministry labeled her comments as egregious and a gross interference in China's internal affairs, demanding an immediate retraction. The controversy began after Prime Minister Takaichi, who took office on October 21st, suggested in the Diet that a military invasion of Taiwan by China could qualify as a survival-threatening situation under Japan's security legislation. She stated that the use of force by the self-defense forces would not be legally ruled out in such a scenario. A Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson warned that if Japan were to militarily intervene in the Taiwan Strait, it would be considered an act of aggression, and China would resolutely counterattack. He added that Japan must bear responsibility for all consequences. The criticism extended to Chinese state media, where a social media account linked to state broadcaster CCTV called PM Takaichi a troublemaker and used inflammatory language. Separately, Xu Jian, the Chinese consul general in Osaka, reportedly posted a comment stating that a dirty head that pokes in will be cut off, sparking further outrage in Japan. Some Japanese lawmakers are now calling for him to be declared persona non grata. Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi described the consul general's remarks as extremely regrettable, but has not yet announced any specific actions. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Miss Takaichi, well said! This is what a Prime Minister of Japan should be. The China sycophants should just shut up.
Yeah. Thanks for the usual verbal pro wrestling. It's not like they're actually going to war.
The Consul General saying cut off your head? What country's Yakuza's he from? Lol, kick him out immediately. Activate persona non grata. Chop chop.
This is getting spicy. Takaichi is definitely more hawkish than previous PMs. The US is probably watching this with a bowl of popcorn.
Politicians who say these kinds of brave things are always in a safe place when the time comes. Who really benefits from this mutual provocation?
The next topic is Japan authorizes police to use rifles amid record-breaking bear attacks. In response to a dramatic surge in bear attacks, the Japanese government has revised its firearm regulations to allow police officers to use rifles for bear control. This decision comes as Japan faces its worst year on record for bear-related incidents. According to the Ministry of the Environment, since April 2025, there have been over 100 attacks on people, resulting in 12 fatalities, the highest number since statistics began in 2006. The majority of these incidents, about 2/3, have occurred in Akita and the neighboring Iwate prefectures. The situation has become so severe that the governor of Akita requested the dispatch of the Self-Defense Forces, SDF, at the end of October. In November, a unit of about 15 SDF soldiers was sent to Kazuno City and other areas to assist with transporting, setting up, and monitoring box traps for the bears. Sightings have skyrocketed, with Akita Prefecture reporting over 8,000 cases, a six-fold increase from the previous year. Incidents now frequently occur in populated areas, including attacks on customers in supermarkets, tourists at bus stops near World Heritage sites, and intrusions onto school grounds, leading to temporary school closures in some municipalities. The new regulation, effective mid-November 2025, expands the use of rifles, previously limited to licensed hunters, to police officers. Special units, mainly composed of riot police, will be permanently stationed in high-risk areas, like northern Tohoku, to respond to bear threats. However, hunting associations have expressed concerns, suggesting that priority should be on securing expert hunters and warning of the risks of joint operations in urban areas with insufficiently trained personnel. The government plans to address these issues by creating a public hunter system through a supplementary budget. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Giving rifles to the police? Laughing. But seriously, when they're showing up in supermarkets, it's game over. It was an impossible mission with only grandpa hunters, so it is what it is.
Are they serious about using rifles in urban areas? I can't imagine police officers have that kind of training. I can only see a future where civilians get hit by stray bullets.
The live-action Golden Kamai. The cops are Sugimoto, and the bear is the, well, bear. Asirpa, we need you.
Japanese police are just now getting rifles for bears. Wild! In Montana, that's just called Tuesday.
I understand the Cullen, but at the end of the day, this is because humans messed with their habitat, right? This doesn't feel like a real solution. The bears are just fighting for their lives, too.
The last topic is Tobu Railway launches face pass gates for Posmo commuters. Tobu Railway, in partnership with Hitachi Limited, has launched a new facial recognition service at its ticket gates. The system, called Sakulala, began operation at 1 p.m. on November 13, 2025, at 12 stations along the Tobu Utsunomiya and Tobu Nikko lines, specifically between Tobu Utsunomiya and Tochigi stations. Commuters who use a Posmo commuter pass for this section can pre-register their facial data and pass information on the Sakulala My Page website. Once registered, they can simply stand in front of the tablet. The system captures their facial image, authenticates it, and verifies it against their registered Posmo pass, allowing them to pass through the gate without taking out their card. Tobu Railway has emphasized its commitment to privacy, stating that the facial images captured at the gates are deleted immediately after the authentication process and are not stored. This initial rollout is considered the first phase of the Sakulala service. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
This is seriously God tier when your hands are full with your phone and luggage. I hope they roll this out everywhere ASAP.
Is this the beginning of a surveillance society? My face data getting leaked would be the worst.
What happens if you get blackout drunk and your face is a wreck? Will it not let you go home? Lol.
Will this even work properly with masks or sunglasses on? If there's an error and the gate doesn't open, it's gonna be total chaos during rush hour.
The future is here, for real. First ticket gates, then shopping, and soon we probably won't even need our phones. This is gonna be huge.
Before we go, let's review the key phrases from today's news that you can use. Finish in third place. The team was disappointed to finish in third place after leading for most of the race. Face value. The antique stamps market price is now 100 times its original face value. Roll out gradually. The new software update will be rolled out gradually to all users over the next month. Visible at much lower latitudes than usual. Due to the intense solar storm, the comet became visible at much lower latitudes than usual. Phase out. The company announced a plan to phase out the production of gasoline-powered cars by 2030. Resume operations. After the safety inspection was completed, the factory was cleared to resume operations. Work without pay. During the economic crisis, many interns had to work without pay to gain experience. Retract the comments. The politician was forced to retract his comments after facing public backlash. A sharp increase in. The city has seen a sharp increase in the number of tourists since the new airport opened. In collaboration with. The new vaccine was developed by a research institute in collaboration with a major pharmaceutical company. That's all for today's eChan news. Thank you for practicing with us today. What do you think about the news? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow.